So here we are with episode 11 of Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. Last episode, we had Kano, who was down and about. She was ready to disband JELEE and everything, but Kiui and Mei managed to keep the group together because, Mahiru wasn't going to do anything. Not that she could do anything anyways. We also learned a little bit more about Mero, and now it seems like we are getting back right into Kiui's issue just before the ultimate episode. I realize this is the penultimate episode, and I thought there was 13 episodes, but hey, it's the penultimate, so we'll just have to see what's going to happen in this episode. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access in the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. Uh-oh, they're calling her name. Holy shit, she's got the LED for her Kiui Watase. Like, stop fucking dropping her fucking dude. Relatable. Puts her name in the fucking block word. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. Why are you fucking out here saying my full name? Shut the fuck up. God, they never underestimate the tenacity of people, man. You give them an inch, and they'll take a fucking mile. But this would also want Kiui to, like, be a recluse a lot more, because like more people are gonna recognize her. You know, there's one thing about this opening is it did a good job on like not making me think that they spoiled stuff for you until the event happened, and I'm just like, oh, that was in the opening. Usually I'll look at opening, I'm just like, yeah, those are spoilers. Oh my god, it's on the shorts! Certified banger! Why the fuck is the subtitles like that? Damn, dude. Fucking went viral out here, dude. Let's go! File report! Even if you delete it, people have copies. When's the full version? This is real heartfelt drama. This is why people love JELEE. Oh my god. But as I said, this is why people love JELEE. Really got the fucking drama recorded live. Oh. Time for these won't do. Void of the appeal. So she's trying a little bit too hard. A connection? Pouring love? So you're taking examples of... Ah! Damn, figure her out too! Why, HiDive? Why are your subtitles like this? Why are they overlapping each other? Oh, she's in the same car as Mero? It's nearing Christmas. Oh, here she is drinking her Monster Energy. She's addicted to Monster! Ooh. Oh, trying to get a third-party thought, you know? What do you think about my channel? Mm-hmm. Was kinda just... overblown gripping. I thought she said grifting for a second. I'm like, she's a grifter? So she sees that and look idiot. But the person in look idiot can't escape it. Griping. Okay. Oh, griping self. Okay. But was that Kano singing? She's lost her purpose. Think about Mahiru. How do you think? And I can't tell what your message is. Ooh. Oh, we do know all the other songs she wrote for Mahiru. Why don't we rewrite it all? Since it doesn't resonate with who you are right now. think there's a scratching sound like that on your tablet. Something. Tell me about it sometimes. Also heard from it. Okay, so watase. Kiui watase. I'm sorry, you're out of time. Understandable. So we found somebody else? You're the one who fucking hired a high schooler! No! Fucking just get the artist that did that shit and fucking pay them and do it! No! Fucking quit! Tell them fuck you! See, look, a high schooler is not able to fucking do this. This is too much fucking pressure, and she's not any ordinary high schoolers. Alright, she's not any ordinary high schoolers. She'll fucking, maybe she'll. Yeah, it's getting that trauma right back at her. Oh, erasing over everything. On live stream. Oh, she's just falling right back to... She's falling right back to where she was. Nope, you blocked your words. Lying yet again. Deleting messages. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, you're so invincible, just being able to just delete comments, you know? It's really good. Well, have you tried reading back on your other lyrics? What it was written for, exactly? To see how it was when she was still pure? Before she was tainted by the world? But it's beautiful, it's great. It's great enough that you got a mural. Exactly. The imperfect, the impurities. But it's like a jack of all trade, master of none. Ingenious idea, dude. You can't fire me if I fire myself first. Back then, maybe I was. I mean, that's a lot of us all kids. We all thought we were invincible and could do anything. Uh-oh. High school girls! Here we go. Here are my comments. Hamauchi Miami. Damn, they just said to talk shit. Understandable. And it's straight back to square one. Honestly, she doesn't even go to school. Who gives a shit if she's fucking lying? People didn't even know her identity back then. Like, so, like, who gives a shit? She's still scared. Oh no. Oh no, you're separating from her. That's the bad part. Kiui, no. Oh. Last Hero 4. Oh my god, of course. These two. Let's split up. No, let's fucking go. Let's fucking, like, you want to talk. Why? Fuck you. Get out of here. Oh, I think that's Kiui in the back. I'm giving you a smack in the back of the head for both of them. Yeah, you fucking changed too. It's just like everybody else. Ooh, here's a defender. Yeah, you're her lackey. So simp. You don't want to hang out with friends, that's... What? Just because she doesn't go to school doesn't mean that she won't have a successful life. Again, I want to smack all of them in the back of the head with a chancla, preferably. Yo. Cause you're a fucking asshole! What do you fucking think? You fucking asshole! Yeah! Little fucking bitches! I need to kick every single one of them in the crotch. Oh no, he's saying woke! I sucker punched him. I just I never changed. Yeah, get out of here, normies! When you wear the clothes you like, people stare. Oh shit! Oh shit! Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, let's go. I mean, you're part of JELEE now. Literally, it's you're a celebrity. I was being too real. I mean, at this point, she's gonna have to make a stream that talks about the situation and then move on, you know? That, or she can continue to ignore it, actually. You know, it doesn't really matter, actually. Ooh. Hashtag meeting. So they have their own server. Yeah, these fixes are done, but... a girl and a boy. Ooh. Again, fuck you. Anyways, can you remove that credit? Ooh, adding jelly into the... to let her mom see Kano. To see that she's not Nodoka anymore, that she is Kano. That really pisses me off. What is that gonna do? Oh wow, my daughter is... I guess I've been holding my daughter back. Wow, I guess I've just been a really crappy mom this whole... You know, it clicked in my head. Because, like, she's just like, oh, draw this as it should be. And, you know, just like, why don't you just fucking hire the artist that did that change? It's because she wants to use her title, essentially, right? Because she's still, like, hot topic. Like, oh, the artist of JELEE. JELEE is a viral thing now. It's an even more of a viral hit. So, yeah, like, the fact that that is... Again, that's, like, the virality of it. But also, funny enough, if she puts JELEE in, and, like, again, consider JELEE it's going viral and all that, that could also boost Sunflower Dolls. Or if Sunflower Dolls has such a subpar performance, then... they'll get overwhelmed by JELEE, but, you know, we'll have to see, you know, JELEE's gonna be a part of that next episode, you know, so, like, they'll still have their New Year's event and all that. Good for them. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go write some notes, and we will be right back to the center. Why so many viewers? What's with all the people today? Kiui Watase? Rafomeo? Or Rafome. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. So, it's something up, strong as usual. Okay. God, I can't believe she set her LED to be like this. You know, like she died or something and then it shines red? My God. What a gamer setup. And also, it's red over here. That's how you know it's bad. And also, this camera is like looking through something. Like a spider web. Actually, I think this is a spider web because I just realized her bedding is also a spider web. So, like a bug caught in a trap, I suppose. You know, a spider giving us this angle. So, I'm a fan. Kiui Watase. Okay, so they're asking why she's shutting it down so quickly. So she puts block word, Kiui, and Watase. She puts these two separate, which is like still good. But, you know, I would recommend putting it as one word as well, you know? But there's gonna be so many other people who will figure out ways to say it differently, you know, but still say, like, her name, essentially. That's how people get past this stuff. But, you know, getting rid of, like, the first step and making them work a little bit harder. You know, it's the first step to community and all that, you know, protecting your community and whatever. Although I do wish, when it comes to YouTube, I do wish that they had given you the ability to block partial words or words that's relating to it, although it'd be a little bit harder in, text like Japanese or something, but in English, you know, you could do, like, syntax and do partial stuff. So then, like, as long as it still says that word, even if you're using it in, like, a different font or, like, using numbers or something, like, it'll still be able to tell and block it like that. But that's a little dangerous, honestly, if you don't know how to set it up correctly. That could, like, block everybody. But I do wish that, like, YouTube had, like, a much more, a better, I mean, the block words, it works the same way. It works as it should, but I wish there was, like, a more advanced setting for it. Oh, so this is Mayumi. Okay, did she text her in the past as well? Was it this? No, a different girl was the one who called, her, and that's why she knows Watase's in there. Wanna study together at the diner in front of the station tomorrow? A bunch of us are coming. It doesn't sound like you guys are studying together. I have a lot of stuff, so I gotta pass. Okay, so today, I saw you're in a band or something. That's pretty amazing. Tell me about it sometimes. No, fuck you. And then that's when she sends a text. Also heard from Hamauchi that Watase's in it. Of all people, LOL. Again, at that point, I just fucking block her. And also give her a smack back in the head, dude. Okay, so that's, yeah, Mayumi and Hamauchi. Harachi. So, everything you told us since middle school was a lie? Man, you're such a letdown. Saw your live stream. So these people are from elementary, but they're not in the same school as hers. I believe so. So that's why they're like, oh, everything you told us since middle school is a lie. I mean, again, I totally get that, you know, like the idea of like somebody lying about their past and whatnot, but like, honestly, it's more of a like, okay, you know, you figure out my lie and like, I lied because of this, and then that's that, you know. I personally feel that, like, as long as you're not lying about, like, horrendous shit. For the most part, yeah, but this is also just me and, like, personas on the internet, you know? Like, you just have to come with a grain of salt. The things that they're talking to you about, it might be just a fucking lie. So, like, you can still, like, listen to them, but, like, have a grain of salt. Have a pound of salt, honestly. And just be like, okay, you know, maybe they're saying the truth. Maybe they're not. But when it comes to the internet, just assume that it might not be real. But these are, like, IRL people and whatever, but, you know, whatever. You haven't seen them. What the fuck does... I don't know, I guess my thing is, like, her lie doesn't impact you. So, like, who gives a shit? Even the people who are, like, in her school, and then, I think it might be some of the next ones. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about this fucking shot of the feet and the legs. So this is a whole elementary class. 37 people were inside it? I feel for the poor listeners she lied to. Again, it doesn't fucking hurt anybody. other than the feeling of like, oh no, the VTuber who's not even the real person on camera has lied to me. They were a character this whole time. Oh my god. But, again, I'm not, like, into, like, a whole fandom shit. Like, I'm very against, like, fandoms in terms of like how they accumulate and they get like super big, and they especially when it comes to like idol fandoms and all that, like they just get so into these people, and then they find out like one lie or some shit and they're just like, oh, I can't believe you just did that. Okay, so in the group they sent the live stream all of Natsusaki's story about being popular. So they made a video about that to just be like, yo, look at this lie that she's doing. Okay, so hiding chats doesn't delete their message, so she's hiding them instead of deleting them. Well, what? Are you bored? So that's another text that they showed for us. Okay, so that's Ryu say that she's deleting. Watase, don't you have anything better to do? Don't you have anything better to do than fucking text her? Fuck it! I'm so angry. Like, shut the fuck up. Go on with your goddamn life instead of fucking harassing other people, alright? She's literally not hurting you at all. Just forget about her. There's millions of other people in the world. Stop fucking concentrating on this one person. Wow, you're a live streamer, Lamau. Let's get together with the others sometime. No. Okay, so these are all still elementary people. Your student counselor excuse for never hanging out was a lie. Maybe next time when I pass on something, I'll say I'm busy with Stuco too. Student council, I guess. I'm swamped with the school fair. Student council duties, you know? Student council's busier than I thought. Wish I could go. Go to what? Student council? So you can be busy? What? Or no, they're talking like they're making, it's still making fun of her, like oh, I can't, wish I could go to whatever event it is, but student council's busier than I thought. Yeah, whatever, scrub. A very interesting thought, because like this has kind of been in my head for a bit in like Kiui's identity, and you know, when we first saw her, well, not first saw her, but when we saw her in episode 3, right, that's her episode and all that, and you know, the idea of like she doesn't like the fact that if she wears something she likes, people stare at her, and you know, like that one time she bumped into that guy, he got mad, and then he saw that she has big titties, and he's just like, whoa there, lady, you know, you need a little help with that, you know, like. What a fucking creeper. She's in high school, you son of it. But, yeah, so, like, she didn't like that. I was just kind of like, okay, so, like, she doesn't like her body? And she kind of mentions about how, like, she's growing, like, her body is still growing, even if she doesn't want to. Somewhere around there. And then here we have this scene where Mahiru is talking about Kiui. Like, she's like, I have this childhood friend, a girl and a boy. Because the Nox Ryosaki is part of her as well, right? It's her identity, and he's a superhero and all that. But I thought it was an interesting thing, and then like that idea again of that other guy who's just like, oh, you must be one of those people who want to become like a boy, you know, the other gender and all that. That woke shit that I've been hearing on the internet. Man really said diversity. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding? But it kind of made me think a little bit more about that, because I kind of thought like maybe she has something in terms of like her gender identity and whatnot. And again, she created that whole identity of like this being like a super invincible superhero guy. So, but like I kind of tossed that whole thing to the back for a moment, because I'm just like, I don't know, you know, maybe it's just something, maybe I'm looking a little bit too deep, but then they kind of have that whole thing come back on again. And, you know, they don't fully say it outright. And I'm not saying that, like, Kiui would want to be a boy or anything, but, like, now I'm just kind of over here thinking, I'm just like, is Kiui, like, non-binary or something? Hey, yo, my fellow non-binaries, high five! I don't know. Or I suppose the term would be more, like, gender fluid and not non-binary. I don't know. Yeah, so she did say your body keeps growing on its own, and when you wear clothes you like, people stare. Very interesting that, I think Mahiru's watching Kiui, you know, going through her talks about how she loves her own persona and all that. There were, like, flashes of, like, the old picture, but then as we had that flash of that old picture, they didn't show it here. Oh, wait, no, it was right here, like, that flash. Well, actually, no, that was from the game. That wasn't from the picture, but that was, like, the pose that she drew of Kiui in that way. But as they had that, oh yeah, it was that picture. Yeah, they did show it. But as she does that, we have a new picture, right? This is what Mahiru is envisioning, like her old self. Kiui's old self, of her staying on that cliff and just pointing up to the sky and all that, and then this is her new self, but like, even though she's adopted a new identity and all that. This is the female version of Nox, right? Although I don't know if we've seen Nox from like the waist down, so I wouldn't know if Nox was wearing a skirt this whole time. But hey, you know, but this is like, I would presume this is a combination of her and her of her new identity, right? But I really like that, the transformation of how Mahiru sees her friend. So I thought that was very nice in the way that they portrayed that. Oh man, I wish they showed the entire the entirety of the subtitles here. They only showed like the beginning of it, which is custom character design. It feels like you don't really love them or think they're cute. Jesus Christ. You know, I thought about that too, you know, it's like the whole like love thing and whatnot. Also, this is kind of like the design that they showcase, because like they wanted to be to look a little bit more like Jelly-chan and all that, right? The way that they drew the facial structure, to which Mahiru kind of ends up doing like the similar style either way, but like whatever. Anyways, so what you love and think are cute aren't coming across here. Stop trying to draw what you think we or most people want. Damn, dude, these words, they cut deep, dude. And they're written in art, in red, I mean. And like, there's like there's like X marks all over the place. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, okay, I'm looking at this again. She signed it twice. Just to really let you know. But she signed with her real name and then with her artist's name to just really say that this is what I love, right? It's both me, Mahiru, and Yoru, we love it. Me, myself, and I. Kimura's legendary live stream. Certified banger! But also, it makes sense that it went viral, 2 million views in shorts. Oh, so she made an arrangement for Nono because she was hoping that maybe, you know, they get their relationship and she could sing a song that Kimura arranged. And then so it turns to, you know, Kimura and it's still Kimura who's doing the music, but, you know, now she does get to work with her idol and all that. Very nice. Okay, so Mahiru wanted to make a deal, which is to let Jelly be in the event. And I'm over here thinking about, like, a little late for negotiations, honestly. Like, maybe you should have negotiated that in the beginning of all this, so then they have time to prepare, you know? But, again, she's in high school and she doesn't really know, you know, the conduct and all that. But, yeah, like, you know, like, even if, like, Jelly just has, like, a little set or something, like, that's still a bit of a setback. And, like, they have to, like, especially if they got, like, the whole schedule planned out, what they're gonna be doing and everything, it's just like, oh, by the way, can you just add this in last minute? Mahiru's over here holding herself hostage. If you won't let Jelly in, I won't let Yoru draw for you. Alright, so that was episode 11 of Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty good episode. Thought we were gonna have a little bit more focus on Kiui, which we did, but we also had Mahiru and Kano going through their own little hurdles and everything, so I thought that was nice as well. You know, Jelly is still in a slump, but once they get past all of this, which it looks like they have towards the end, they're gonna come back as a group and be stronger than ever, you know? And, you know, I kind of just excluded Mei from all that, because, like, at this point, it seems like Mei has already figured out all of her issues. So she's just here as support for Kano. So, you know what? Good for her, you know? Mei is the one who is like, everybody had a bad past in Jelly, but again, Mei just seems like the person who's a little wacky, but seems like she's sorted it out for the most part. So I want to talk about Kano first because she's just kind of a much more simple one, where she wants to figure out who she wants to sing for, right? She is afraid of singing because she feels like she's lost her voice, she's lost her reason. Her reason initially was to sing for her mom, but she realized her mom doesn't care about her, so it's just like, who do I sing for now? Kano also says, you know, this is not how Nonotan sings, and gives her some nice advice about, like, and also, like, again, like, I feel like Mei is the person who has it all together, because she tells Kano about a bit of her past and how, like, oh, you know, when I played piano, I only played it because my mom and dad told me to, and, like, I didn't know whether I actually liked it or not. But then after I met you, things started turning a lot better, and I've started to realize that, you know, this whole piano thing, I actually genuinely love it, and it's not because my mom and dad told me to play it. So, I like that whole speech that she gave, and then I like the idea for that Mei gave to Kano, because she asks, like, when did you write these? Oh, you wrote this after Halloween? Well, you after Halloween versus you now, they're very different people, so let's rewrite these lyrics, and you're gonna write the way that you feel, like, write whatever you want to feel, and, you know, write it for whoever and whatnot. And we know that the other songs that Kano has written, it was for Mahiru. So I can only presume, because towards the end, Kano has figured out who she wants to sing for. She wrote the lyrics and all that. Mei was very excited, and she, yeah, well, I mean, there's no end in that sense. She has figured out who she wants to sing for, and it's just like, you know, is it Mahiru? But when they made this point where she was talking about how, like, I figured out who I want to sing for, and then it showed Yukine, and, like, I didn't want to be like, what, you want to sing for your mom again? Which, you know, understandable. If she wants to do it again, but, like, out of spite. But I would presume it's gonna be for Mahi, or for herself, actually, I just realized. I don't know why I didn't think about that as an option. Like, of course, like, because, like, the whole idea of this episode was self-love. Learning to love yourself, learning to love your craft, and all these things, despite the hurdles, despite the eyes, the judgmental eyes, and the people around you, right? You have to learn to love yourself. So, I suppose if we're fitting into that, Kano would be singing for herself. Then that would make sense. Or she's singing for JELEE, you know? Or she's singing for the fans and whatnot. So, who knows? But if it fits within, like, the self-love within this episode, it could be Kano singing for herself. I should probably write down my notes. Heading over to the main topic, which is Kiui. Thought about talking about Mahiru first, but they're both their stories sort of intertwine, and I have a little bit less stuff to talk about in terms of Mahiru's stuff, but, you know, whatever. So, Kiui, her identity has been exposed, so her elementary friends, quote-unquote friends, people she knew from elementary, there you go, sees her stream, and they listened to it. They saw somebody made a compilation of all the stories that she talked about, and so, you know, these people are just like, oh, this girl's a fucking liar. She's been denying my invites to go out. She says she's got student council and all that, but she's been lying this whole time. Oh, I can't fucking believe it. You know, I'm gonna confront her through text. Which, again, my whole thing about this is just like, who gives a single fuck? She's not in your life anymore, alright? And if she has denied you more than 3 times, you know, she's like, oh, I don't want to go, I'm busy. And it's like, okay, whatever, you know? Fucking, you do you. And just, and just fucking move on with your life, you know? But, like, it seems like these people, it seems like Kiui lives rent-free in these people's minds. That's what it feels like, dude. Like some of those people in the text, like one of them anyways, they're like, oh, do you really have the time to do this shit? Again, do you have the time to fucking text somebody who you haven't talked with in years about this fucking shit? You know, bringing up petty shit, like y'all out here living for drama or something? And then we had that one guy in this group of fucking idiots who was talking about, like, oh, she was always, like, the leader and stuff, but I guess she changed, huh? And it's such a fucking condescending tone, because, like, oh, she was such a leader, now she's on the ground, doesn't even go to school, Lamau, she's not normal, and all that. It's fucking absolute fucking shite out here, dude. And of course, I know that they're kids, so like they literally have nothing else better to do. Alright? There's nothing more funny, I find, when kids tell each other, do you have nothing else to do? I'm like, yeah, you're in high school, you have nothing else to do. You know? Like, that this is the time when you can do just about anything you fucking want because you're getting taken care of. You don't have any responsibilities other than the school or whatever. You know, this is the perfect time to do whatever the fuck you want, take all the time. Once you're an adult, you're not gonna have these time anymore. A little off topic, but also kind of on topic, but Kiui, the more I see about her, like, backstory and stuff, the more it kind of just resonates within me, because I definitely have felt the way that she has felt, especially, like, back in my childhood and, you know, high school years and whatever. Like, it really resonated within me. Which is why I talk about, like, the whole idea that maybe Kiui might be gender fluid or something, you know, because she doesn't, and like, when she talks about how she doesn't like the way that her body is. She doesn't like the way people stare at her. And I'm just over like, you know, I get that. You know, I might not have giant tits like hers, but these sags on my chest, they make me very uncomfortable. I don't like it. You know, I don't like going out and then, like, just having these right here. Like, that's why I wear a lot of big clothes and everything, and, like, I much prefer it if people see me and they just think, like, I'm a boy or I'm a dude or whatever, you know, and, like, I'm totally fine with that. You know, like, I'll do some silent stuff that'll, like, help people along the way, you know. I don't really, it's like, if I know that you need help or something, I kind of just end up, like, doing it a little bit, and, you know, the people will be like, oh, thank you, sir, and all that, and, like, I'm fine with that. I like that. But also, it reminded me of because if you guys don't know what the anime Shugukara is, that anime fucking resonated with me so much. And the reason is the main character of Shugukara was an elementary girl who was acting all cool. Everybody thought that she's a cool girl, you know, maybe a little delinquent, maybe. But inside, she's not. She's scaredy cat. She might be a little girly, but she puts on this identity in school. And you know, everybody already know her as that person, and so it's really hard for her to drop that identity. And I remember that resonated with me when I first saw it as a kid, because I was like, wow, she's me. and so that's why when Kiui's like, I made this identity, and I'm just like, you know, that feels like me, you know, because I had an identity at school, and, like, people thought that I was this cold, somewhat intimidating person. I never really understood that part, but, you know, I'll fucking take it. But the more you know me, the more you kind of eventually figure out that I'm, like, the opposite of all that, you know? I'm not cool, nor am I intimidating or a badass. Now, I remember a kid in elementary, you know, telling me that, oh, I imagine if you were going on a roller coaster, you'd probably have, like, a straight face and not, like, scream or anything or whatever, you know? And I'm just over like, yeah, sure, you know? Like, me never been on a roller coaster before. Also, me really scared of roller coasters that do loop-de-loops. Yeah, sure, you know? That's totally fine. Dude, the one time my intimidation tactic worked, it was completely by mistake. And I've told this story before, so, you know, if you've heard this before, feel free to skip it. But it was in high school. I was working in a group project, and this one girl, for some fucking reason, she kept denying all of our ideas with a smile, which really pissed me off. But, like, she kept denying all of our ideas, but she didn't give any ideas of her own. So we were, like, we were just over here arguing about it. And the one girl, basically the group consisted of 4 people, and 2 of us actually did the work. One girl was over here denying everything, or denying all the ideas, but not giving us any new idea, and then the 4th girl didn't do anything. She was just there in the group, to which, honestly, at that point, I was just like, you know what, I'm totally fine if you don't do anything. If you just don't talk and don't deny of the ideas that we're trying to come up with, I'm totally fine if you just want to fucking come and fly with us, you know? But after that whole thing, me and the other girl who's actually doing the fucking project, she DM'd me on Facebook, and she was telling me about, you know, she was apologizing for leaving early and like for leaving me there. And she started talking about that girl and how like, oh yeah, you know, she just kept rejecting everything. And so me, thinking that we're in DMs, tell her, yeah, she really pissed me off. Tomorrow, if I give her an idea and she denies it once again, you know, not and not give us any new idea, I'm gonna slam her head against the table. You know, just words that I just say. Because, again, I'm kind of just used to assuming my identity. What I didn't realize, the DM that I thought we were DMing in was actually the group message for the group project. And I just realized, oh my god, I just said that in a group project. Holy fucking shit, I can't take my words back now. I have to do it. I have to commit. I'm like, I have to commit tomorrow now. I'm like, fuck. But guess what? The next day, we went, we delivered an idea, and she said yes. So, what is the moral of the story here? Just intimidate your classmates and into agreeing with you. Anyways, kind of like with this picture, which, again, I feel like it's a combination of Nox and Kiui together, because you know, when you create a new identity and you live it for so long, you end up that you either become that person entirely, or you start to feel loss of identity, or eventually you kind of just merge these personas together. And I feel like that's kind of how I ended up being, where I had this persona that I had all the way up to high school, and I kind of just brought that onto the internet. Early 2014, I brought that right onto the internet, that personality. But as I started growing up and I started figuring out more of myself, I started to realize, wow, you know, kind of a fucking jerk, kind of a fucking asshole. And I can see that in like my old writings and everything. I'm like, yeah, this is really sharp. And I can see that in my old videos where I'm like, wow, I really say a bunch of fucking stupid shit, don't I? And I think the one thing that kind of makes me realize that a little bit more is having it on record and like actually seeing it. It kind of makes me see, and again, seeing the way that I write, it kind of makes me see that the personality that I've made for myself, which is essentially I made for my own protection, because, you know, if I can just intimidate people somehow and they don't want to talk to me, like, that gives me so much more option to not get hurt, not to have people talk to me and whatnot. But, you know, that whole thing, I mean, I still kind of end up doing it anyways, because the person that I build throughout the whole school year, it's just become a part of me. I've just learned to open myself up, my actual self, you know, my vulnerable self up a little bit more. But you can say the person that you see on camera is still kind of like my other identity, you know, which is Ike. Which, you know, I kind of think about that because, like, my personal identity, I never really had a full name for it all the way through high school, because, you know, I kind of just had it as myself. But as I go on the internet, and I went through some name changes, but eventually I kind of stuck with Ike, and that's where my personality really started to form and take shape of itself as the person Ike. So, anyway, sorry for the long off topic. Jesus Christ, I feel like I had a main part that I wanted to talk about, but I completely forgot. I mean, other than the fact that, oh yeah, Kiui's situation with, like, her elementary friends, like, coming back with vengeance. It really shows that they didn't like her in the first place. But, like, man, again, like, they're kids, so obviously they don't have anything else better to fucking do. So they just start, like, sending her all those petty messages, and it kind of makes me think about, like, myself and I mean, I've said, right, like, I was a jerk, I was an asshole. And I still feel like it sometimes, but, you know, I catch myself a lot better than I would have. Anyways, I feel like I was gonna talk about Kiui, but I just talked about myself instead. Wow, what a narcissist. But I also feel like I've kind of mentioned a lot of the stuff already, right? I mean, Kiui's over here yelling out like she's never changed, but the world didn't like her for the way that she is. I mean, these fucking three morons out here are just like, why don't you just stop being a weirdo and become normal like us? And it's just like, no, fuck you, you're boring. Why would I want to be a fucking asshole like you know? Like, if this is the term of being normal, I don't want to be normal. You're not giving a good advertisement of it being normal. Anyways, yeah, Kiui talks about how she's never changed and that she feels like she was succumbed by the world. And she felt like she could never love herself, and that's why she made a new identity, Rugasaki, so that she can love her new self. And I really like that, you know. She changed her identity, even though she did say that you can't run away from the past, right? She made a new identity and everything, but the moment people find out about her old self, boom, it's back to square one. and it just sucks. But again, I feel like I do resonate with like Kiui's story and all that. I just don't have anything else to say other than I resonate with it. So moving on over to Mahiru, we have Yukine, who's just over here like, yeah, this art sucks. It's not the same art that I was expecting from Yoru, right? And so she asked her like, what do you don't like, or what do you like? And so Mahiru was talking about like, oh, I like the way that the hip was right here, and then she talks about like the texture of the skirt and like the dresses and everything. And so that got Yukine to realize that, oh, you don't like your own art, do you? And like, damn, dude, really getting straight to it, which I like. It pisses me off that there are certain things that I like about Yukine. But at the same time, I just know she's only doing this for herself, and it makes me angry. I mean, well, okay, it's not a bad thing if you're doing stuff for yourself, but you end up, you know, lifting other people up on the way there. And, like, that's totally fine. But we know that that's not Yukine, alright? She'll only lift you up if you are to any benefit of hers. But Mahiru is going through the same issue that Kano and Kiui are going through, right? And as she tries to figure out how to fix all of this. And also, I know that I very low expectation of Mahiru, because you know she's nearing the end of her high school years and all that, but this is still a big thing. Dude, if they don't fucking tell me how much she got paid in the next episode, I'm gonna be real upset. But after that, she got to be in the same taxi as Mero, who is continuing to drink her pink monster juice. If she drinks any more monster, she is going to need to get her stomach pumped. Alright, I knew somebody in high school who drank so much monster, she had to get her stomach pumped out. But you know, this is a gateway to I was gonna say Monster Energy is a gateway to addiction. You know what? Monster Energy really fucking it's like full packed of sugar. It's gonna kill you either way, so it could just be like a drug. But I thought this was an interesting thing from Mero, who decided to ask Mahiru about the channel Look Idiot, because like this is her asking a third party about that channel and essentially asking about herself, right? Because she knows that these are the crimes that I've committed. And you know what? As a person like Mero, you know, understandable. Again, she's just lashing out. Oh my god, she was like me when I was young. Oh my god, who would have thought? But again, I like that Mero asked her about it, because like she's now starting to think about her channel and how, you know, she these things that she's done, it's not good. So I like that she said that. And I also like Mahiru's response to this, because she's just like, yeah, I don't like it. I think it's despicable. But at the same time, I feel like if I say it like that, I'm too self-righteous, because she realizes that she is just like Look Idiot, where she's not confident in herself, and so she was lashing out instead of, you know, well, I mean, the thing with Mero and Mahiru is that, yeah, sure, they share that same feeling of incompetence, but unlike Mahiru, who lashed at herself, right? She's like, I can't do it. I'm just a normal girl. Mero lashed out at other people, right? She does it externally while Mahiru does it internally. Both hurts yourself, but Mero ends up hurting other people in the process. I mean, that being said, Mahiru kind of would end up hurting other people as well if she's like doing this whole internal stuff. So either way, still hurts people, but you know, the way that Mero does it, she kind of hurt a lot more people. It also makes me wonder if Mero is willing to take responsibility for the Look Idiot channel, because like, especially here again, if she's asking Mahiru for opinion about the channel. And so dude, that would be such a fucking punch in Yukine's guts if Mero's just like, yeah, so I have an announcement to make. I'm actually Look Idiot. I'm the person who got all those other idols to fail. Yo, that would be such a fucking punch in Yukine's gut. It would be so fucking good. I would love it if that happened. But, you know, but I'm not gonna hide hopes on it, because if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed. I'm still gonna hold out on the fact that Yukine will, nothing bad will happen to Yukine. You know, the show will be fine and whatnot, or something. I guess I'm just at this point where, like, I'm over here like, you know, I believe in change. I believe that people can change. Yukine, I don't believe she can change. I have no hopes in her. So in the next meeting with the next revision, Yukine didn't like it either, but they are running out of time. You know, she would have loved to give her more time, but they are running out. And so they've just got somebody else to draw on it for her and told her, like, this is how you should draw it. You know, like, completely different. Also, Jesus Christ, dude, the fucking disrespect. I was like, the fucking disrespect of just like drawing over her art and like it looks completely different and everything. But also, again, all these fucking words, like, holy shit, dude, they fucking dig deep in you. But dude, Yukine's over here like, this is the only reasonable compromise I can see as a grown-up, which is like, first of all, fuck you. Why are you gonna say that? Like, because she's just like, you're just a child. You think that you have all the time in the world, which, like, I'm glad for the wake-up call, but like, can you not? Maybe if you were somebody else, Yukine, I would have been like, yeah, I get it. It's totally, yeah, it's good. But not from Yukine. Ooh, why Ayana? I kind of mentioned this towards the end of the reaction, where it's like, instead of just getting that artist who drew over Mahiru's art, they're getting Mahiru to do it because it feels like she wants to use her name, right? Her artist's name, Yoru, from the artist of JELEE and whatnot. So she wanted to use that bit of fame to get it, and that's why she doesn't want Mahiru to just leave and quit and whatever. And but at the same time, you know, it's just like, fuck you. Yeah, you're stifling my fucking creativity, woman. But this takes Mahiru and Kiui to the old storage, where they get to look at their old art. Kiui was also a good artist as well. Oh yeah, this is where we also learn Kiui's her method, right? She's a jack of all trade, a master of none. She's able to pick up stuff. You know, that's also something that resonates within me. God, dude, and Kiui and me. She's able to pick up stuff a lot faster, but anybody with passion, you know, a little bit of grit and all that, they can surpass her, they can overtake her. And she gets that overwhelming fear of not being good enough because everybody sees her as the hero, especially especially Mahiru, who puts her up on that hero pedestal. She feels like nobody else can overtake her, and so instead of letting them overtake her, she can just quit before they do. Ingenious plan, dude. Ingenious. Anyways, they found the old art, including the jellyfish one, and I like that, you know, Mahiru and Kiui talk about, like, the improper, not the same proper technique, but, like, all the flaws within it. But despite all these flaws, it's still beautiful, and it was an art that Mahiru really loved before it got mocked by her quote-unquote friends. And so this picture, maybe the jellyfish picture as well, but primarily this big picture, and towards the end with Kiui, you know, shouting, being the hero that she is, you know, it inspired Mahiru to figure out what she should draw for the sunflower dolls. And so she shows us the art that she made in her own style, you know, the art that she loves. And yeah, it's very much Jelly-chan-esque, you know, just the sunflower dolls. I'll be honest with you, not a big fan of this art style, but if that... but, you know, this is how Mahiru draws it. That's totally fine. So Yukine and Sylvie are like, oh, this is different from what I ordered, and you obviously don't know how to talk with respect. And it's just like, whatever, you know, like... But in the end, she's just like, oh yeah, but it's true that this is your art that I love. So, you know, I'll give you a pass. You know, you got the green light and everything. And I'm like, okay, cool, great. You know, I'm glad that Yukine decided that she decided to go with it, you know. So again, I'm glad that Yukine accepted it. But here's Mahiru again, doing a little late negotiation out here. Hardly gonna fit in the schedule. Probably easily, I suppose, if they want to keep Mahiru around. Again, I'm assuming Mahiru's holding herself hostage. But we'll just have to see in the next episode. My god, I was kind of hoping this would be a little bit of a short episode, but I've just been over here rambling about myself, which you didn't really need to know, but also I've just been standing here fucking derping because I couldn't figure out what else I wanted to talk about or what I should say next. Anyways, if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.